Papa Squat coming at you once again on a Monday just because the other song was really short and I hope you liked it and I hope you listened to it. We're going to do another song right now by a group called What was it? Right now? I don't know what I'm doing. Um, from a group called Kryptic Krew featuring Tina B called Jazzy Sensation, and it is the Manhattan version from 1981. There's also an instrumental version, and I think there might be another version or maybe a couple other versions, but this was the one that was recommended to me specifically. And this actually comes from somebody who was watching one of the older songs from like back in the 80s, and at least I think that's right. And he was actually a DJ in the late 70s and I think early 80s, and said this is a really good, funky, cool sounding song. It was on, what's it called? Something Jamaica, also an early, it's not really necessarily hip hop, but it's been sampled a ton in hip hop songs. Um, it's on the channel Jamaica something. I don't remember what it is. Sorry. But let's jump in here. I couldn't find anything out about these guys. I don't know who the Kryptic Crew are. There's no Wikipedia page. Their Discogs page is like the thinnest veneer of information that you could imagine. And I'm looking forward to this. It's long, 9 minutes 34 seconds, which is not uncommon for the early 80s, late 70s. Yeah, let's see. I love funk, so I hope this is a fun one, and it'll be really different than the stuff we've been listening for the last few days. So, Cryptic Crew featuring Tina B, Jazzy Sensation, Manhattan version, 1981. Ooh, nice turntable.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Oh, is that a straw? I have always thought it sounds like a straw going in and out of a plastic cover on like a McDonald's cup, and I have no idea what that instrument actually is, but it's a fun sound. I'm just going to back up, we'll start over.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Our jazzy sensation. Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Oh,
Our jazzy sensation. Can you feel it?
yeah.
Can you feel it? Our jazzy sensation.
Man, just for that funky bass, and that is just the best, and I love that sound.
My name is Tina B, and I come to say I need my music in a jazzy way. Give me some funk and a whole lot of soul. I'll even punk out on some rock and roll. Come on and punk it up. Come on and punk it up. A jazzy groove is what we've got. Something nice and slow. Slide to your left, slide to your right. Anywhere you want to go. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Oh, just sensation. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Oh, just sensation. Jazz it up. Come on, let's jazz it up. Jazz it.
Okay, this song really needs more energy to it. It's good. I like it, but it either needs to be just this much faster, or something else needs to be going on with it. God, I had something else I was going to say that now I just can't remember. But I'm surprised that it doesn't sound more disco-y, since that was still, I mean, this was probably made whatever, a year earlier, could have been written much sooner or much earlier than that, could have been written that same day, I don't know. But I would expect to hear more of a disco-y sound, and there is really not a disco sound to this other than the funky bass line, which just sounds cool no matter what it would be in.
It up, come on, let's jazz it up. Jazz it, jazz it, jazz it up. Come on, let's jazz it up. Jazz it, jazz it, jazz it up. Come on, let's jazz it up. Yeah, 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 yeah. There it is. Yeah, that's it. Punk, punk, punk it up. Come on, let's punk it up. Punk, punk, punk it up. Come on, let's punk it up. Punk, punk,
Okay.
punk it up. Come on, let's punk it up. Punk, punk, punk it up. Come on, let's punk it up. I'm Tina B, and I come to say I like my music in a jazzy way. Just give me some funk and a whole lot of soul. Those jazzy rhythms make me lose control. Just clap your hands and stomp your feet. You gotta get up to this jazzy beat. If you like this groove that we're laying down, get up and move, jump all around. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Our jazzy sensation. Can you feel it?
Does anybody else feel like this is just missing something? Like it feels like there needs to be, I don't know, something more to it. Whether it's some other instrument, it just needs a little more energy to it, a little more pep. I say that word every now and again, but I think it needs it. It needs something more to really get you moving. It's got a nice sound to it. Her vocals are fine. There's a couple of times where I kind of feel like she's a little bit off key, but I'm not. I certainly don't have perfect pitch, so who the hell knows. Yeah, I want a little more oomph to it, and it's just not here, which is kind of a bummer.
Can you feel it? Our jazzy sensation. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Our jazzy sensation.
That was neat.
Punk, punk, punk it up. Come on, let's punk it up.
Punk?
Punk, punk, punk it up. Come on, let's punk it up. Punk, punk, punk it up. Come on, let's punk it up. Punk, punk, punk it up. Come on, let's punk it up. Gotta get up, gotta get up, gotta get up to get on down. I gotta get up, gotta get up, I gotta get up to get on down.
I really wonder why they're using the word punk. I mean, it's a funky song. Why not use funk? It rhymes, and maybe it's because punk was so popular. Well, popular. It was something brand new and different, and they wanted to use that word. It's a really weird choice. Funk would have been a much better term. Funk it up. Like, oh, whoops. Maybe that's why they didn't do it. But yeah, it's really weird. Punk it up.
Gotta get up, gotta get up, gotta get up to get on down. Gotta get up, gotta get up, gotta get up to get on down. Gotta get up, gotta get up, gotta get up to get on down. Gotta get up, gotta get up, gotta get up. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Our jazzy sensation. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Our jazzy sensation. Can
sensation.
Is it ending? Okay, yeah, this is another one of those songs where they just were like, we're gonna play, we like these sounds, we want it to sound, we want to, like, experiment and do stuff, and the song needs to be longer for whatever reason. It doesn't need to be longer. This song does not need to be longer than probably about 4 minutes. They could have shortened this up by speeding it up a little bit and just delivering like a really cool sounding song, but instead they made it a much longer song. They experimented in it. They found a bunch of sounds that they wanted to play around with. I mean, and this is all my opinion, right? This is what I pick up from what I'm hearing. And it really did the song a disservice, because it could have been a really a much tighter, much better song in my opinion than what this is. It's a little too slow, which actually probably has more to do with when it was released than anything else. And I can see it being played at a club. I can see it being played, at a picnic in a park or something like that. Like, it's a good song to have on in the background. You can move to it. It's kind of fun. I love the funkiness of it, but yeah, they didn't need all this padding of playing around with the instruments. It just feels slow. Oh, that's neat. Much fuller sound. Yep. How does that fit? Yes. Okay. Every time they cut out and go back to that boring, just boom, boom, I don't like it. But then they come in and they do this great other instrumental stuff, and it just sounds so much cooler. And it's painful, actually, because there's parts of it that are just fantastic sounding. wow, just like so much that could have been so much better about that song. I know any sort of artistic creation is subjective, and everybody's going to have their own thing to say about it. And this is purely what I think about this song, having never heard it before. It's too long. It's a little slow, which I really can't fault it for being a little slow, just because I think most music is just a little faster these days. And there were parts that were just kind of too boring. God, I hate saying that. But then there were parts that I actually thought were really cool, like super neat sounding. Neat. God, I am really a hip dude. Yeah, just really great sounding. And those are the parts, obviously, that I like the best, because there was some really great stuff happening there. I wanted to like this a lot more, and I just didn't. And I hope nobody who's involved with this song ever sees this video. Because there are parts of it that I absolutely love, but overall it just does not do enough for me. Bummer. Anyway, I have no idea if anybody stayed to listen to this whole thing, but thanks for stopping by. Pop Squat! Checking out. Please like, subscribe, and share. I appreciate it very much. Have yourself a good week.